Alright, what's up guys? This is Zach from Cars of Davis, and today we're going to be doing a transmission fluid swap in my 2009 Mazda Miata NC. So my car has the 6-speed manual transmission, and it's going to be the same no matter what you use, but you're going to want to use this Motorcraft transmission fluid from Ford, which is weird because it's a Mazda, but Ford actually owned Mazda for a while, so that's why you're going to use Motorcraft. And the spec you want is this here, the XT M5 QS. Because that's going to be the best transmission fluid for this car. Alright guys, well of course with my luck, it started pouring right when I started this video. But I actually really do need to get my transmission fluid changed because I'm going to be driving this car down to Utah, and it has been 50,000 miles since the last transmission fluid change. So we're just going to work through it. Alright, so we're underneath the car right now. You're going to want to try and get it jacked up as evenly as possible. If you can't get it evenly jacked up, make sure the backside is at least like sloped down more than the front side, because this right here is going to be your drain plug, and this up here is going to be your fill plug. And when you drain it, you want to get as much of the transmission fluid out as possible, so that you can fill it up to the right specs. I don't actually have a torque wrench that's big enough, so need to go find one. One of these is bound to work. Let's see. Guys, this is the biggest one I have, and it actually does not work. So we're just gonna have to use an old adjustable wrench, I guess. Also, it's like pouring out here. I did not expect this to happen. All right, guys, so I went inside and I got this 24 millimeter, smaller, shorter socket wrench end, and so this fits on here. And then for the drain plug, it'll fit over as well, I believe. Yeah, so it fits over both of these. You're gonna need a smaller one. We just tried this, and this is too long. You're gonna need to actually get a shorter set of socket wrenches. So this is what's gonna work. All right, so I'm weak and could not get it off with just that handheld socket wrench, so we're getting a breaker part. This is definitely unnecessary. So we got our gloves on. It's actually not raining anymore, which is great. I can finally get rid of this stupid umbrella. All right, so next we're gonna end up draining the transmission fluid out. So let's get to that. All right, so I think we're actually gonna use the breaker bar once again to get this off. You're gonna wanna have your catch pan right underneath like that, just so you don't get trans fluid everywhere, and this will catch the rest of it. All right, so we got that loose. Next, we're just gonna slowly turn the your plug, and transmission fluid should just spew out of this thing. Oh shit! So you don't want to do that. Yeah, so that kind of sucks. So we now have transmission fluid everywhere, I guess. This is kind of a pain. You don't want to do that. So this is actually the magnetic bit, to see if it has metal shavings. It actually has a few, so that's not great. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here before this transmission fluid gets everywhere. So we got this metal bit cleaned off so that we can put it back in right. You can see here how badly I missed the drain plug. You're gonna want to put this positioned under right so that you don't have to deal with this issue. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish wiping this off so that I can put it back in the garage. All right, guys, so we got a brand new cardboard. I know, super exciting. So we can at least get under here without getting dirt all over my back. Torque wrench, where did I leave the torque wrench? Yes, so we've got our kind of crappy Harbor Freight torque wrench, but it'll work for this. So it started raining again, but for the drain plug, you're gonna want to torque it to 29 to 42 pound-feet of torque, and I'll leave that down here somewhere just so you guys can see. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and start it at around 30. If you guys don't know, especially if you have a cheaper torque wrench like this Harbor Freight one, you're gonna want to start by torquing it to like the minimum torque spec, and then just work your way up in increments. All right, so we torqued it to 30. Now we're gonna go ahead and torque it up to 40. All right, next we got a little bit of a unpackaging segment. So this is my hand pump. So this is how we're gonna end up getting the trans float over there into the transmission. I was cheap and I bought this $10 hand pump from AutoZone. So if you want to be fancy, you can actually get a nicer hand pump and then weave this tube up into the engine base. You can actually stand up while doing it. But I am broken on a budget, so we're using this $10 hand pump. If you guys can't tell, it's the next day. I didn't get a chance to film me putting in the fill plug, but the torque spec for that is about 24 pound-feet of torque. You just torque it the same way that you do the drain plug. But then that's pretty much it. The car drives good and everything. The shifts are a lot smoother. Definitely would recommend using that Motorcraft oil. But yeah, it's pretty much it. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video.